I guess first of all, state understands that we all agree to establish Mr. Hartman, the non-custodial parent, as the father of the child. State offers the previously filed on uh, the previously filed genetic test results, Your Honor, into evidence as State's Exhibit A.
All right, folks, I've already saw that in the packet. Let me bring it back up.
June 20th, 2025, Your Honor. That's when it was filed.
I got it. Here you go. All right, and I've got the DNA test report from DDC. Any objection to this coming in evidence at this time, Mr. Morgan?
No objection.
All right, Ms. Lindsay?
No objection.
All right, I'll mark this as State's Exhibit number 1, and it shows that, again, Mr. Arthur cannot be excluded as the biological father of the child. Falls within the percentage required by the Texas Family Code of 99.99. It's way past that one. So the court will so find that he is the biological father, and I'll allow you to proceed with your further opening, Mr. Welch. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So yes, the state would like the court to to establish the parentage. We all agree as to that. And then for the next steps, Your Honor, state understands that Miss Lindsay is planning on filing a petition to terminate the non-custodial parent's rights. She hasn't filed it yet, but she says she will. And then also, I believe Mr. Morgan is opposed to this termination, and he himself would like an attorney ad litem to be appointed. We weren't sure that if she filed this petition to terminate, would it go straight up to district court, or would it remain here?
Oh yeah, that's a little bit above my pay grade. I have that. Yeah, the CPS court judges have been authorized to do terminations. I have not.
All right. Well, in that case, Your Honor,
and that's a jury. That could be a jury trial. I'm not authorized. The reason is because that could be a jury trial, and I'm not authorized to do jury trials. Okay. So what I would more than likely need to do in this, folks, is just establish paternity, and if y'all want some type a temporary order, I would want to go ahead and transfer, do an order transferring this to the appropriate district judge, whichever one has to hear this, and let any and all other matters, including the ad litem, any type of temporary orders, be done by the DJ. Because again, this is where this is going to have to end up going anyway, and I'm not sure which district judge this falls under. Does anybody know?
Well, it's my understanding they trade off every 6 months, so I assume we could get either one depending on what time of year it is.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't. When the termination came, was I remember having a few of those in my day, and those 1 year and a half, 2 year long cases. Hopefully they don't switch back and forth like that, but hopefully you folks will be able to get that taken care of. But the bottom line is, like I said, I'm looking at just establishing paternity, and I don't think do they have a standing order out in San Saba now?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right, because I was just going to leave, if there was a standing order, leave that in place, and then let y'all and then have the state prepare an order transferring this over to the district court because of the items that this court doesn't have authority to actually hear.
And Your Honor, I also sent to Ms. Molina State's Exhibit B, which is it's a judgment of conviction against Mr. Hartrim, with the victim being Ms. Braja. There's a provision about no contact unless otherwise ordered by a family court, I believe. But I sent that to you so that you could see that, Your Honor.
All right. Well, again, Mr. Welch said, I'm gonna punt this to the district judge, and I'll contact both officers, let them know what I'm doing. You can hold off on that because right now, there's no temporary orders, there's no access, there's nothing like that as far as the father and the child are concerned at this point, correct?
No,
correct.
All right then. So again, I'm not sure how often the district, how often do the district court out in San Saba now based on now with the problems they're having out there. I'm not sure what that schedule is probably going to look like.
Yeah.
I got a phone call in my bailiff out there, but I hadn't had a chance to talk to him yet. So
Yeah. I think they normally, I don't normally go to San Saba anymore. I haven't been there in months, but it seems like it's once a month, maybe. I don't think they do it very often.
all right. So Mr. Morgan, you're requesting any type of temporary order?
Well, I would have liked to have, would not have objected to child support being set and something being set to get visitation in motion at least. But understanding that the intent is to file a termination petition, I suppose that we could have temporary orders after those pleadings are in place.
Right. So yeah, it's going to make it a little easier because no matter what I do here, it's going to have to go up to the district judge anyhow. So let's go ahead and let's kick them up to him, and I'll let you folks get what y'all need to do up there. So
Okay.
so again, I'll make a finding that he is the father, and I'm going to do an order transferring this to district court. Based on these circumstances and the Miss Lindsay's assurance that she's fine with a termination cause of action in this matter. All right.
Yes, I'll get that filed as soon as possible.
All right then. All right, folks, have fun in San Saba. I'm gonna, like I said, before I get out of here today, I'm gonna try to give those folks a call one more time and see how everybody's doing. And hopefully everybody I know is safe and sound. So I hope everybody's safe and sound. But yeah.
Hopefully so.
All right.
Okay.
So anything else, Mr. Morgan?
No, would it be possible to break out and for me to speak with Miss Lindsay prior to terminating bad choice of words, ending the Zoom call?
Okay, well, we're going to be here a while, but I'll go ahead and I'll have Mr. Welch put y'all both in a breakout room. In fact, well, I'm not the host anymore. I'd make you co-host, so when you got through, you could leave. But I'll tell you what, Ms. Walker, go ahead and Mr. Welch is going to put them in a breakout room, but go ahead and make both Mr. Morgan and Miss Lindsay co-hosts, so when they get through with their meeting, they can just go ahead and let themselves out. All right. All right. Anything else for you, Mr. Welch, on this one?
No, Your Honor. And I'll draft the established paternity and the order referring and send that to DocuSign to everyone.
All right, thank you. Yeah, Miss Lindsay, anything else on your part, ma'am?
No, sir, that's it. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, everybody be safe out there. Understand Texas is going to start acting like Texas this next week. So we'll get 100-degree days and no rain, hopefully. So thank you folks very much. And we'll see. And I'll give the court coordinators for both the DJs a call and let them know what I'm doing, because they rarely hear from me. So I'm going to go, they'll probably go, Mike, who? So yeah. So, anyway, guys, be safe and take care. We're off the record.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Ms. Walker, let me know when you've made him co-host.
I've already done it.
All right. So moving y'all to room. How about room 6? And y'all need to speak to me?
I don't believe so.
Oh, the party's free to go, or just I think just the lawyers are going in there for now. They'll hang around for a moment, Mr. Morgan.
Correct. I just want to speak with Miss Lindsay for a moment.
All right, then both parties are free to go. Just call your lawyers later on. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
So I guess starting off with the arrears. So this is both confirming child support arrears, and also there's also unreimbursed medical expenses. But Your Honor, as much as the state would prefer to get this all done today, including that, there's a problem with our financial activity report. It shows that that Mr. Cruz Miyazaki is in $673.15 of arrears as of today. But it also shows that he's in future pay of $209.08. The financial specialists that I've talked to have told me that he is in arrears of the 600 and something, but they don't know where the future pay comes from. Your Honor, the state would prefer to simply reserve confirmation of arrears, including the medical, for another hearing so that we can figure out what's going on. Maybe it was just a generation, maybe just for some reason added that number there, Your Honor, but I would prefer to be certain before we start doing things on that. Besides that, Your Honor, the modification part, there is a conflict in the current child support, but there's actually an agreement for the health and dental insurance, I believe. I think Say understands that both parties agree for Mr. Cruz Miyazaki to have the two children under his employer's insurance, and giving him a credit for the medical part, the medical portion of $150.17 per month, and then the dental $31.52 per month. And that, so we agree, me and Mr. Miyazaki agree that, at his current job, he makes $26.50 per hour. He, however, is opposed to the guideline child support amount based off that, which would be $759, Your Honor. There's also, I believe Ms. Whitaker also believes that he may be working at other jobs as well, like side jobs. I don't believe Mr. Miyazaki contests that. He says that they're essentially minor, like making $50 to $1,000 a month, not frequent. The state would ask, since this isn't going to be a final, probably, state would ask the court to essentially order him to provide his income tax returns. State understands that he has claimed that he didn't file one for 2024, federal at least, but he did file for 2023. I'd ask the court to decide if he wants to order 2024 anyway. And then also, State understands that Ms. Whitaker is not asking for non-disclosure. I forgot to ask Mr. Miyazaki. I have a feeling he's probably not going to ask for non-disclosure either. I believe that's it, Your Honor.
All right. What's on the issue of unpaid medical? Was that unreimbursed medical? Is that before the court today?
That is before the court, Your Honor. We pled it in our suit. We did plead for it. And we'd be doing that based off the testimony, Your Honor.
All right. No one's done one of those sheets that your office does to show what was paid and what wasn't paid, or what medical expenses the mom claims is there and afforded the dad properly?
So, Your Honor, the state, partially, Your Honor, the state was planning on asking Ms. Whitaker to essentially confirm yes or no if she had given him the 30 days notice to reimburse that. We do have documents from her, but we were planning on, if this was going to happen today, of her just telling that to the court.
How many? I'm sorry. How much are we looking at?
Well, when we filed our suit, the number was $1,652.50. I imagine it'd probably be, I can't tell you for sure, Your Honor.
And how many different and maybe she can tell me how many different bills are we looking at here?
Can I respond, Judge?
Yes. How many different separate reimbursements are we talking about, ma'am?
It was going to be several, but I'm just going to go ahead and just ask the court to have him pay half for the braces. The number that he presented wasn't correct. I unfortunately don't have those numbers because we're going to discuss it today. It's for 2 children, so I can't tell you exactly how much it is without running the numbers again. Maybe about 3,000 to 4,000 to 5,000. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, here's the deal, ma'am. Look like we're going to have to do a reset on some of this anyway. I'm thinking about making this a special setting. The state has their own forms for people to fill out on the as far as the unreimbursed medical expenses. you get the receipts together, and it's really just a handwritten spreadsheet. You write down the dates that the bills were incurred. You write down the amounts that was owed and the amounts that were paid and if paid. And
Your Honor, I don't know if it's just for me, but your audio cut out.
oh, okay, am I back?
I can hear you.
Okay, no, I didn't turn it off. So okay. Anyway, ma'am, like I said, it's a handwritten spreadsheet that everyone could use as far as determining what was owed and how much was paid and not. And I prefer to do it that way because that way I can ask questions about it individually. And of course, you would, if you had the you had the receipts, you would attach those receipts. So, Mr. Welch, I'm probably looking.
Your Honor, you went silent. I don't know if it's just me or does anyone else hear him?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Well, I was saying earlier that the state, and I haven't seen y'all use this in a while. I'll make sure you still got it. Y'all have a form that parties fill out showing what payments they've received as far as it lists exactly what the medical expense is, whether it's prescription, doctor visits, whatever, what was owed, what was paid by the custodial party, and what was not paid by the non-custodial party. And there's a tabulation at the end of each page showing the total amount for each. It just makes it so much easier to go through, and I take that in evidence itself, and that's part of the court's evidence. And so the other side can see exactly what we're doing, because if you got more than 4 or 5 things, it just, unless you're writing it down completely and got everything down perfectly, it just doesn't work. So what I'm going to look at, what I look at doing is setting these folks up for a special setting. Give Mr. Malasaki the opportunity to get his information together. Mr. Malasaki, you have a bank account, sir? Who you bank with?
Texel, sir.
Oh, okay, then. What I need for you to do is get a copy of your bank statements from January 1st through June the 30th, last 6 months, and get them over to the state. And what I want to do, folks, I'm going to look for a special setting, and I'm going to get you guys in for a case by yourself, setting by yourself, so you're the only one I have. So on that time and date. So okay. It looks like Zoom is working again properly, at least this part of Zoom. The login part isn't. Let's see.
And we're talking about January 1st to June 30th of this year, Your Honor?
Yeah, get 6 months worth. We can see what he's looking at, he's bringing in, what there's any, if there's a pattern of funds coming in, and if it's not, at least see if there's something coming in that's where we can get an average of. And let's see, that's kind of weird. All right, that's the enforcement docket. Melinda, do I have anything? I'm looking at about the day after the enforcement docket. I'm not showing anything in the morning after 9 a.m. Looks like I got the 10 o'clock to 12 noon slot available. Is that for special settings on August the 7th? Are you showing the same thing?
On August the 7th, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
We have a 9 a.m. Short case, and then we had a 9:30, but it just got canceled yesterday.
That's why there's not anything there. Okay. All right, folks. I've got a slot available at 9:30 a.m. In fact, I'm going to make y'all's 10 because I'm on, just in case that other one runs long. I'm going to go ahead and got a slot at 10 a.m. and we'll do it. And I'll set you up for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And ma'am, what I'll need you to do is get a copy of that spreadsheet. Like I say, it's a handwritten thing. So what you do, you fill in on the left side, you fill in what the bill is, you fill in what you paid, fill in what's owed, fill in what you paid, fill in what he's supposed to pay, and of course there's a date on all that. And like I said, there's at the very bottom you can run your calculator and figure out what the total is, but that's really not necessary because I'll go through and as we go through it, I'll approve what's approvable, and then at the end we'll have an exact amount which he owes you for that for those unreimbursed medical expenses. And that way he's got a copy, the state has a copy, I have a copy, you got a copy, and we can see exactly what we're talking about. Because again, when you're doing this on, it's a little harder online to follow someone when they're going through a bunch of different receipts and information, and this gives you a chance to go back and go through your receipts and double check everything and get the data. So what I would have you do, ma'am, is make sure you get Mr. Welch, y'all, do you know what I'm talking about as far as that sheet?
I know what you're talking about, Your Honor. We can provide that to her, I think.
All right, good enough. Anyway, and I'd like you to send that out to her via your email and, send her about 4 or 5 pages of it. Ma'am, you'll have to print it out. You have a printer?
Yes, I have access to a printer.
All right, so print it out and then fill it out and then scan it back in and send it to the state and we'll see Mr. Markowski and then we'll get all issues in this matter taken care of on that special setting at 9:30 at 10 a.m. on the 7th of August. And like I said, the only thing I got that day, so you won't be around by 12 noon. We'll definitely be through. So I'm gonna start with you, sir. Questions, anything else you need? And again, I'm gonna hold off everything until we have that hearing and get everything done at one time. But Mr. Masaki, I need for you to go. I'm a Texel member too. I know the statements are there. Just go ahead and print them out as PDFs, and the state will tell you where to send those copies to. And we'll see about getting that information, and we'll figure out what your child support is going to be going forward. But I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Masaki, since both of y'all have to do something here. Do you have any questions, sir?
I got a few. I got a few concerns, but I guess I'll just wait for that next court hearing to address them.
All right, and the concerns are concerning what I just requested, sir, or something else totally different?
Just along the lines of that, but it opens up the door to a few more just concerns, and that's it.
All right, and sir, and of course, if you got any 1099s from 2024, 2025 for your 2024 taxes, you'll need to produce those too. But if you didn't do any 1099 work, don't worry about it. So I'll
No.
Okay, good enough then. All right, so sir, you have no questions this time. Ms. Whitaker, any questions, ma'am?
I am asking for back child support from when we were first supposed to have a hearing. Will we be able to address that in our next hearing?
Yes, ma'am. The court is allowed to order. It's it's not mandatory, but I usually do it. Depends on how far back it is. But the court is allowed to order the new amount of child support to start the first day of the month following date of service on Mr. Masaki.
Okay, thank you.
But you got to remind the court that's what you're requesting, and we'll take a look at it. All right, then. Yeah, I actually had one recently where the date of service was 3 years ago. I kind of had to split that one in half. Yeah, that was just I don't know how I got that far behind, but that's the way it went. Okay, so any questions, Ms. Whitaker? Any other questions?
How soon are you needing me to send these documentation over to the court?
Let's make sure they're done. And we're going to do this on the 7th. Try to get it done and back to Mr. Welch by the 31st of July, please. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's good. That's 13 days out. So yeah, we're good. All right then, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and make that Zoom code, and y'all will be getting that in the reset order, and I'm gonna go ahead and make that immediately. And anything else on this one, then, Mr. Welch?
So, would you like to make Mr. Miyazaki's deadline provide the bank account statements that same day as well?
Yes, 31st of July, no problem. Put that in the reset order also. Thank you.
I think that's it, Your Honor.
All right, I'll see everybody when it's supposed to be really hot outside, and I'll see everybody on the like I said, on the 7th at 10 a.m. And I'm gonna go ahead and make that Zoom code as soon as we end this docket. Is there maybe the party to be excused, or you need them back in breakout for anything, Mr. Welch?
They may be excused, Your Honor.
All right, folks, check your email. You'll be getting a copy of the reset order, and I'll see everybody in about 3 weeks. Thank you. We're off the record.